Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Sagittarius, May 19, 2025. Today's transits can bring fresh energy to matters related to your life path, career, or reputation. There may be some incentives or benefits for your accomplishments. While you should watch for haste, it can be a time to intuit your possible next step. Minor disruptions or unexpected changes this week can lead you in new directions, and you might crave a fresh start or increased freedom. You are slightly more detached than usual regarding your work and reputation, which can lead to bolder or at least interesting choices. Your reputation may be going through changes, and as a result, you're doing things a little differently. It's important to remind yourself of the need to change along with changing times rather than resist those things that help you grow and improve. As the day advances, however, watch for jumping to conclusions as Mercury and Mars head toward a clashing aspect. The stars above are throwing bombs at each other today. You will also be in the center of the ring as if facing off with a red-eyed, furious bull. Mental Mercury is launching torpedoes across the sky toward mighty Mars, the red planet of war and anger, which now spins in your solar house of identity. This ensures that everyone will be feeling mentally fired up and frustrated. You, most of all. Do not let your buttons get pressed. Sidestep the drama. If you don't, you could get roped into some extreme heat. Slow down quite a bit if you're in negotiations or trying to close a big deal. You can afford to take more time to check out all the details. Don't hesitate to solicit opinions from those you trust. You may be needed by everyone today. The aspect at play has a way of making people more emotional than usual, and they tend to run to the nearest person to help process the uncomfortable, the challenging, the downright scary. You may experience your own deep feelings welling up, and it's important to take time out to notice what's going on inside of yourself. Here is an ideal scenario. Prepare a nice dinner for your loved ones and take a long walk afterwards. Don't be surprised if you find yourself really thinking over your present career and the goals you have for yourself. Often you can reach a point where the things you thought you wanted for yourself change. This is a result of growth and expansion. As you change, so will some of your goals. Regardless of how far along you are on your path, if there's a part of you that thinks that maybe you need to turn your focus in another direction, give this serious consideration. Just as the moon is working with the sun to bring things together on the income, work, and career fronts, the dwarf planet Ceres not only returns to an adventurous part of your chart, but teams up with the 4 planets already there. A week that began with a full moon putting your work and life balance to the test all of a sudden makes sense, with a powering up of the adventurous side of life's fence just as you are also moving into some of the busiest months of this professional year. In the meantime, as Ceres wraps up her last deep dive into your financial needs and priorities for another 4 years, the focus shifts to Saturn and his resolve to see you take your financial power back. In between the moon's departure from your romantic sector yesterday and its return to your relationships sector tomorrow, it was always going to be important to first hold on to the spirit of romance. Before the moon's first visit to your relationship sector since Pluto turned retrograde there grabs your attention, the moon's encounter with Venus and Mars, the planets of love and passion, has left you with a mix of romance, passion, and adventure that needs to be captured, Sagittarius. Your desire to explore might find a new purpose. Your quote of the day: discovery is not only outward, it's inward too. Your color of the day is amber, warm and fearless. Lucky numbers: 1, 5, 13. A new perspective might change your plans. Travel or learning opportunities could appear subtly. Listen for the invitation life is offering. Don't rush, follow the signs. Our eyes in the sky. Welcome to your tarot reading for May 19, 2025. Take a deep breath and let yourself settle into this moment. Whether you're checking in with your heart or simply looking for some direction in your day, you've arrived right on time. The messages in this reading aren't just predictions, they're gentle mirrors for your inner world, offering clarity, encouragement, and the reminder that you are not walking your path alone. Today's cards are the Empress, Knight of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and Ace of Swords. These 5 bring together themes of creativity, emotional flow, long-term abundance, inner strength, and mental breakthroughs. Let's explore the messages they hold for you. We begin with the Empress, a card that radiates nurturing, creativity, and deep connection with life's natural rhythms. This is your reminder to slow down enough to hear your own inner voice and trust it. The Empress energy encourages you to care for yourself as you would a beloved friend or a blooming plant, tenderly, consistently, and with love. Whether it's tending to your body, your space, your relationships, or your ideas, this card asks, where in your life can you soften today? Maybe it's letting yourself rest without guilt. Maybe it's cooking a meal with care or spending a few minutes outside with your bare feet on the ground. Honor the part of you that craves nourishment and beauty. It matters more than you think. Next is the Knight of Cups, the romantic, the dreamer, the heartfelt messenger. This card often signals movement in your emotional life, either through a person who brings you a message from the heart or through your own intuition calling you towards something meaningful. You might feel drawn today to express your feelings, reach out to someone, or pursue a creative passion that brings you joy. The Knight doesn't wait for permission to feel, he simply follows what moves him. Have you been brushing aside something your heart has been trying to say? Today is a good time to listen. And if you feel inspired to create, write, paint, sing, or even daydream, lean into it. That's your soul knocking. Moving into grounding energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is one of the most abundant cards in the deck, representing not just material wealth, but the legacy you're building and the roots you're laying down. It reminds us that true security isn't just about money, it's also about community, belonging, and knowing that your efforts contribute to something lasting. You might be thinking long-term today about home, family, or what kind of life truly feels meaningful to you. Trust that the work you're doing now, even the small everyday actions, are shaping a future that supports you deeply. And if you felt uncertain, this card is your affirmation. You're building something real, and you are supported. Then we have the Nine of Wands, the card of perseverance. You may be tired. You may feel like you've been fighting uphill for some time. But this card arrives not to say, give up, but to say, you're so close. It honors your resilience. It doesn't ignore the difficulty, but it reminds you that your strength is not in your ability to avoid hardship, but in your choice to keep going anyway. If you're feeling like today is just another step in a long journey, pause and take stock of how far you've already come. You're more capable than you think. Rest if you need to. Breathe. And know that this is not the end, it's a turning point. Finally, we close with the Ace of Swords, the spark of mental clarity and truth. If something's been foggy, whether in your mind, in a conversation, or in a decision you've been sitting on, this card brings the sharpness needed to cut through confusion. You might receive a powerful insight today, or suddenly know what needs to be said or done. The Ace of Swords doesn't sugarcoat, it speaks clearly and with purpose. It invites you to stand in your truth, and trust that even uncomfortable clarity is better than staying stuck. Say what needs to be said, especially to yourself. This is a day for bold honesty and liberation. So, what's the story today? You're being asked to nurture what matters. Follow your emotional truth, honor your long-term dreams, keep showing up even when it's hard, and speak your clarity into being. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming every single day, often in ways you don't even notice. And the world is better because of it. Now I want to hear from you. What part of this reading landed with you most? Are you in a season of planting, protecting, or speaking your truth? Have you had a moment recently where something just clicked in your mind or heart? Share your story in the comments. You never know who might find comfort in your words. And above all, remember, you are allowed to be a work in progress and still be proud of how far you've come. Keep walking with intention. You're not alone, and you are more powerful than you know.